And we are live. Welcome to a hot edition of Not Mainstream tonight. The very last one for September. Next week's October. Halloween's around the corner.
Oh yeah,
And midterms are around the corner, which is key for tonight of what's been going on. The big story for us tonight is the Kavanaugh-Ford hearings that occurred
yeah,
yesterday.
yeah, definitely.
And
It,
I watched some of it. I watched some of the Ford and some of the Kavanaugh stuff, and I'm sure you've watched a lot of it, or most of it, or some of it.
I did watch some of it. I didn't. I admit I did not watch the whole thing.
Hmm.
I watched little parts here and there,
Yeah,
and I have to say, I mean, I felt so badly for or for Judge Kavanaugh
hmm,
and for his family
yeah, absolutely.
because of what they are. I mean, what they had to go through. I mean, Clarence Thomas said it during his confirmation hearings in 1991. It was like a high-tech lynching.
Hmm.
I would say that Judge Kavanaugh went through a very similar situation.
Hmm.
I mean, it was disgraceful. It was. I mean, the Democrats were the Democrat. Oh Lord! But you know, I may not be so much. I may not be so much mad at the Democrats tonight. I may be more pissed off at the Republicans because they're actually allowing this shit to happen.
Yeah, it's both sides. It's playing games. I mean, give me a freaking break here. So apparently, earlier today, Judge Kavanaugh appeared to get the full vote, which was 11-10, for the confirmation hearing. However, they're going to drag this out for another week because they want an FBI investigation, which was one of the things the Democrats kept on pushing Judge Kavanaugh yesterday was let him do an FBI investigation. Let him do an FBI investigation. They had nothing. They didn't have any questions for him. They didn't.
Nope.
The only questions they asked was stupid questions about high school. You know, that was so stupid. Stupid questions.
Oh yeah.
And other, go
I
ahead.
got pissed off. I got pissed off at several Democrats that I really got pissed off at yesterday.
Yeah.
I can name Richard Blumenthal, who is stolen valor,
Hmm.
claimed he was in Vietnam when he wasn't.
Yep.
Um, who else?
Durbin.
Yeah,
Dick Durbin.
Yeah, yeah, we're going to talk about Lindsey Graham too, and how he finally found his balls.
Man, Lindsey Graham, holy cow, I was shocked. I
He
still don't
must.
trust him, but
Yeah, yeah.
I support him.
Well,
I
I
support
trust
him
no
actually.
politician,
Yeah, but
but
I was shocked at what he had to say.
I know it was like what? I mean, he just eviscerated. Um, he really went after Durbin, but he also went
Hmm.
after. He just about. I mean, I thought he was going. I thought he was going to jump over that podium and start going off. Start. Just, you
Yeah.
know, man.
Oh.
I thought we were fixing to see some WWE stuff going
That would be
on.
great. You know, Lindsey Graham gets a freaking chair and smacks it over Dianne Feinstein.
Oh, what I would have given to see that.
That would have been so freaking epic. Dianne Feinstein is another one.
Oh, she's another one. Yeah.
Kamala
Oh,
Harris, Cory Booker,
and,
the
you know, Kamala
usual.
Harris, Cory Booker. What's that? What's his name? Oh, that Chris Coons. I call him a bald headed bitch.
Yeah,
And
Chris King.
this Sheldon
Uh,
Whitehouse guy. Yeah.
mhm. Yeah.
Yeah. Cory Booker's having his Spartacus moment.
Oh yeah, his Spartacus. Oh my god. Oh, oh my god. Let's see here. He got the vote for the Senate Judiciary Committee, which
Yes.
was, kind of a given that it was going to happen. I mean, however, we got John McCain 2.0, Jeff the Flake
I call him
Fake.
Jeff Fake. I call him Jeff Fake.
Yeah.
He's a piece of shit. I don't
No,
like him at
Flake the
all.
Fake. Flake the Fake.
Yeah. Do not like him whatsoever.
Yeah, so you got John McCain 2.0 saying, well, we need an FBI investigation because I feel more comfortable after that. It's like, oh my God. First off, the FBI can't do anything. Um, there's that. There was already 6 background checks, 6 investigations that happened prior to that. I mean, you think they would have came up during that, didn't. Um, so yeah, this is just more stalling and obstruction and whatever else you want to call it by the Rhino Republicans, by the Democrats, in hopes they can draw this out until after midterms, so they can deny and hope they win midterms, so they can deny Judge Kavanaugh.
Yep. I mean, I was just absolutely disgusted by what was happening to Judge Kavanaugh, to his family.
Yeah.
He did not deserve that whatsoever. He deserved a fair hearing, no question about it. He deserved a fair hearing.
Yeah.
What happened was a travesty, and it was a circus. And he called it. He pointed out, yes, this is just a circus. I mean, he was right. He was exactly correct. It was nothing more than a fucking circus. And by the way, be forewarned, ladies and gentlemen that are watching this, I'm going to be on the warpath about this. I am pissed.
Remember, down below in the comment section, it's saying, warning, not suitable for all ages. So we got
there
that.
you go.
So yeah, it's just more bullshit. And I blame Chuck Grassley for continuing this. I blame the GOP. We need a Donald Trump in the freaking GOP because they don't have no balls whatsoever. If we had a Donald Trump person in that GOP, they would have been like, screw the FBI hearings. We're not even going to listen to Judge Kavanaugh. We're not even going to listen to Ford. We don't care what she has to say. We're going to vote and confirm this guy ASAP. They're not doing that.
Yep. Although I have to say, I was a bit dismayed when the president was saying that her testimony was compelling and that she seemed like a fine, individual. It's like, well, but he says that about everybody though, and maybe he could have been.
He's got to say that because if he does in the media, he's going to be like, well, he's bashing her, and And
it's also entirely possible he could have been trolling the left.
Yeah.
He's done that before. I can name a good example. Back in, I think it was May or June, when they were talking about gun control, he was trolling, especially Dianne Feinstein, because Dianne Feinstein was like a little girl, and she was smiling, she had her hands clasped, like, yes, he's on our side. Which we knew that was bullshit. We knew he was trolling her big time. He was trolling the left. But Dianne Feinstein, she's a C word. Yeah, she's definitely. I can't stand that bitch. Remember, she sat on that freaking letter for 6 weeks.
Yeah. 6 weeks.
She had that letter. That bitch. She had the letter, and she could have presented it at any time. Yeah. But she decided to wait until just shortly, before they were going to begin the confirmation hearings.
Yeah, and I'm glad you brought that up because they brought this up during the hearing, which was who leaked the letter. Was it Dianne Feinstein? Was it Christina Ford? Was it Dianne Feinstein's associates or her some of her associates? Well, here's the thing: if I was on that committee, I would have been like, well. Mr. Chairman Grassley, do we have the authority to ask the FBI to investigate on who leaked the letter? Could you imagine the freaking face that Dianne Feinstein would have made if somebody brought that up? If somebody brought up an FBI investigation to who leaked that letter?
Yeah, if there was any Republican with balls. Actually, there was one Republican with balls yesterday. Now let's just get into it. It was one of the biggest never Trumpers ever, Lindsey freaking Graham.
Yeah, that shocked the hell out of me. I
He,
agree. I don't agree with Lindsey Graham with everything he says, but I 100% agree with what he said yesterday.
yeah, he absolutely eviscerated his Democratic colleagues, and it was great. I mean, it's like, Lindsey, you finally found your balls.
Mhm.
It's like John McCain must have given them back to him before he passed. So
Something happened to him.
now, I am not a selfish person. I'm not a selfish person. I have gifts for the Republicans and I have gifts for the Democrats.
Mhm.
My gift for the Republicans is a little piece of Lindsey Graham's balls for each Republican senator.
We definitely need to give him that.
For
Oh my God.
For the Democrats, I have X-Lax laced brownies. Thank you. Fuck you. Bye.
Yeah, and I think the whole hearing yesterday was a huge mistake on the Democrats' part because it was watched by a lot of people. Fox actually got like over 5 million views of the whole hearing, and a lot of people watch that and they're seeing what's going to happen midterms. They're thinking midterms because you got midterms in their mind. They see this and they see how the Democrats and the left have been acting and have been obstructing everything. They see this, they're going to be like, we cannot have that. We cannot have them in power anymore. We got to get rid of them. This is going to come back and bite them on the ass on midterms, on election day. This whole hearing is going to bite them on the ass.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and one thing that I noted about this Blasey Ford, you know, she had this little girl, innocent type voice. She
Yeah,
talked like this.
she was
She like a
coached.
little, she was like a little baby. But there were times where she talked normally, where she had a stronger voice. And yeah, you're right, Shane. She was coached. She absolutely was coached to do that. It would not shock me if her lawyer said, "Oh well, you have to present yourself as like the victim. You have to present yourself in a baby like context."
Yeah.
And I mean, she of course she would go along with it. I mean, why wouldn't she?
Mhm.
And the thing is, you had you had all these Democrats constantly calling for the FBI investigation, FBI investigation, FBI investigation. And I'm like, he's already been investigated 6 freaking times already. He has been reamed, or,
Mhm.
he has literally been reamed by the FBI on
Mhm.
6 different occasions. Now they want to do it again for a 7th time.
Yeah.
And the Republicans, I'm more pissed off at them than I am at the Democrats because they decided to go right along with it.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's going to hurt some as well because yesterday we heard all of the Republicans saying there's no need for an FBI investigation. There's no need for an FBI investigation. They kept on saying that. Now they're going back on that word. Um, oh my God, this is ah.
I
I don't
know.
know. I have no idea what to say.
I mean, the Geo. I was talking to somebody. I think it was yesterday or may have been Wednesday, and they said the last time the Republicans were halfway decent was when Newt Gingrich was the House Majority Leader. That's
Hmm.
when they had some balls because they held Bill Clinton's feet to the fire and
Hmm.
they made him compromise on a lot of stuff because they were in control. They were in power, even though he was the president. They had the
Hmm.
House, they had the Senate.
Yeah.
It was the first time in 40 some odd years that they had won the House and the Senate.
Hmm.
and they managed to F it. They managed to fuck it all up, lose the House, lose the Senate. Now they have it back. They have the White House, but yet they still act like they don't realize they're in power. They don't
Yeah.
seem to realize, hey, we're in control now. We run things, not the Democrats. Somebody needs to take a clue stick and a wake up stick to these Republicans.
Yeah.
Like, wake up! You're in charge. You're in power. I mean,
Yeah, they know that.
they are snatching defeat from the jaws of victory. That is what is going on by allowing that sham of a hearing to happen yesterday.
Yeah.
You know, and allowing the Democrats, allowing one John McCain-ish Republican to set the tone. I mean, I'm just absolutely disgusted with these politicians. Absolutely disgusted.
Yeah. So let's talk about Christine Blasey Ford's hearing, and again, like I said earlier, and you agree with me that she was coached. I wouldn't be surprised if the Democrats gave her the questions ahead of time. Wouldn't be surprised at all. But what the GOP did was something really interesting, and they did their questioning from an outside source, Rachel Mitchell, and she's supposed to have experience in sexual assault crimes and cases like this, and that she did all the questions. She asked a couple of questions. She asked the thing about the fear of flying. You know, she's supposed to have a fear of flying, but she flies
But she
constantly.
flies all over the place. Yes, exactly. That's right. She. That, to me, that really lessened her credibility. The fact that she claimed to have a fear of flying, but yet she flies all the time.
Yeah.
It's like, why? I mean, I would have stopped the hearing right there.
Yeah.
I would have been like, yeah, excuse me, yeah, you have a fear of flying, yet you're flying all over the place. Gavel. Case closed. This hearing is over. Judge Kavanaugh is not going to have to testify. This is over. She's full of shit. We're pulling this.
Yeah. And another thing that was brought up was the Washington Post. She was asked, "Do you remember who did the? Well, do you remember what she said to the Washington Post?" And she couldn't even remember what she said. She couldn't even remember. Like, okay, are you expecting me to believe this woman who can't remember something that happened 3 months ago can remember something that had 30-some years ago?
Yeah. Exactly. And all of these accusers, her and the other two, of course, the third is being represented by the creepy porn lawyer, Michael Avenatti.
She's actually getting sued for sexual. She's getting sued by someone from sexual harassment. That just came out earlier.
Yes, that's right. I saw that. Yes, she's got some skeletons in her closet. And she's supposed to be credible. Yeah, sure. But yeah, I mean, this is all three of these accusers. Apparently, there's supposed to be a fourth. All these accusers, the individuals who supposedly saw this stuff happen, say it didn't happen. None of this happened.
Yeah.
They're not backing up these women. They are contradicting what these women said.
Yeah.
So none of this crap happened. This bullshit about they ran a Kavanaugh had a sex ring and they ran a trains on women. I'm like, and they got women drunk, or they drugged them or whatever, drugged their drinks.
Hmm.
Dropped roofies in their drinks. Give me a freaking break.
Yeah. Yeah, and like Lindsey Graham compared, it's like, are we supposed to believe this dude is supposed to be Bill Cosby? You know, and speaking of Bill Cosby, we'll get to him later of what happened earlier this
Yes,
week.
yes, we
Um,
will. Yeah,
so yeah, so here's the thing about Christine Ford. I'm not saying that she didn't get sexually assaulted.
right.
She may have gotten sexually assaulted at some point in time of her life. I'm saying that what she's saying about Brett Kavanaugh being the one that sexually assaulted her, she's lying about that.
I believe she's lying. Yes,
Hmm.
I don't believe her whatsoever.
Yeah, and
Like I said,
she could have been misremembering all this. I mean,
oh
she
yeah.
could have gotten sexually assaulted, but misremember of a mistake of the guy that did it to her.
And which of these accusers was it? Was it the second one or the third one that said, "Oh, he took his penis out and was flopping
Oh, it
it
was the second
around"?
one. It was the second
Yeah.
one because he was supposed to. He took his genitals out
Uh
during college and waved it around. I'm like, he's not Bill Clinton.
and if this stuff happened as they claimed it happened, why didn't they go to the police?
Well, if that happened during the college, why didn't they report it to one of the administrators?
Yes. Right, exactly. Yeah. See, that to me lessens their credibility that they did not report any of this.
Hmm.
Yeah, it's like, oh, she's supposed to be. The left is always about we have to believe the victims, believe the victims. It's like, no, we don't. No, we don't. If Shane, you and I, we couldn't be chairman. We could not be committee chairman or Congress people. We'd
Oh
be dropping
God.
f bomb. We would be dropping f bombs every 2 seconds, telling people to sit down.
Yeah.
Shut.
Oh yeah, because I was at work, and luckily I do the evening shift now. I was watching some of Christina Ford's testimony. I was like just screaming my freaking head off at these people. Why aren't you asking these important questions to her? And when I
Mm-hmm.
was watching the Kavanaugh stuff, I was just screaming at my freaking monitor and said, "Why aren't you?" It's just so frustrating. But yeah, we would be probably disbarred and exiled from Congress if we were ever Congress guys. I would love to be part of Congress, you know?
Yeah, because I wouldn't be quiet. I would tell them what I think.
Hmm.
I wouldn't be listening to these people. I'd be like, no, I'm not going to listen to you. I may listen to you for about 2 minutes. Like, and if you bullshit me, I'm going to tell you you're bullshitting me.
Yeah.
That's what we need. We needed a Republican to actually stand up and say, you're bullshitting me.
Hmm. Yeah, we need a lot of Donald Trump people,
Mm-hmm.
that calls it like it is and calls it how it sees it. Unfortunately, Trump
Yeah.
agrees to the FBI probe for Kavanaugh.
I know. See that that
Yeah.
that that got me. I was like,
Yeah.
what? Why? Why? If you're
It,
backing the guy,
Yeah, that's a huge mistake. Now, unless his hands were tied and there was nothing else he could do, but I mean, what's the FBI going to do? They ain't going to do nothing. Didn't they said recently that they had no interest in the case?
it's supposed to be a local matter. It's not even supposed to be a national thing. It's not a federal case.
Mhm.
It's a local matter. It's something that happened 36 years ago, supposedly. I mean, there is absolutely no freaking credibility to any of this.
Mhm.
It is all bullshit. It is all fake news.
Mhm.
But we're supposed to believe the victim, believe the victim.
Mhm.
Then,
Yeah,
the good thing is Kavanaugh did not back down. He
Yeah,
didn't drop. He
yeah,
didn't drop out.
hmm yeah. I'm glad he's fighting, and I I hope there be some huge backlash once he gets confirmed on the Supreme Court. I hope that he has the balls to prosecute these people that needs to be prosecuted.
Well, the bad thing is he is more of a Bush type.
Yeah, that
He,
was my big concern.
he's more of a Bushite
Hmm
than he is part of. He's not really conservative in the sense of a President Trump. But President Trump felt like he would be the best candidate.
Yeah,
So,
that was my main concern because the Bush connection and everything.
uh,
However, I think after all this scandal and stuff, he might have a change of heart and turn around and be the best damn Supreme Court justice on there.
I think so. I think his ideology is a little bit different from Gorsuch's. So, Neil
Hmm
Gorsuch's ideology. But this man, Kavanaugh, he has become the new Clarence Thomas.
hmm
See, Shane, you don't remember. You may not remember what happened with Clarence Thomas. You weren't born yet.
Yeah,
But
it was way before my time.
in 1991, they held the hearings for Clarence Thomas, and I mean that freaking Leahy, oh that piece of shit,
Anita Hill.
or Patrick Leahy,
Oh.
yeah, he was there. He was in Congress then.
hmm
If that's not an argument for term limits, well, I think Feinstein was too.
hmm
If those are not compelling arguments for term limits, I don't know what is. But we had Anita Hill come forward and say, "Oh, he sexually harassed me, and there was pubic hair in my Coke can or whatever." It's like, and supposedly Clarence Thomas thought about Long Dong Silver, a porn star.
Yeah.
And Clarence Thomas, I mean, the way he defended himself, I mean, at that time, he didn't know what else to do except say, this is a circus, this is disgraceful, this is a high tech lynch.
Oh, you sound cut out.
Yeah, sorry. But, he said it was a high tech lynching. And now it'll do that, like if I move the phone even a little bit.
hmm
It's weird. But yeah, it's just this is really. I mean, Clarence Thomas, he went through the ringer with
hmm
all this. He absolutely. I mean, he was confirmed eventually, but his life was not the same. And
Yeah.
I'm not so sure Judge Kavanaugh's life is going to be the same either. I mean, his wife, and his children are in therapy
hmm
because of this,
Yeah.
because of the trauma that they are experiencing over all this. And I'm glad that they are in therapy though.
hmm
But I am just I am proud of the way he handled himself yesterday.
Yeah.
And again, and even listen, even he himself said, that maybe something did happen
hmm
to Dr. Ford, but I had nothing to do with it.
hmm
And I thought the Democrats were absolutely disgraceful, and the Republicans, except for Lindsey Graham, were feckless and weak. They need to man up. They should have manned up and told the Democrats, this session's over. You guys don't have the moral. You guys don't have the market cornered on morality.
hmm
But I mean, but what we have is a bunch of geldings. That's what we have in the Republican
Yep.
Party, for the most part. They need to borrow some of Lindsey Graham's balls. They do. They absolutely do.
They all do. They all freaking do.
Yep.
And Jeff Flake needs to freaking change his political party to freaking Democrat because he's one of them rhinos. Anyway, he
Well,
votes
the problem
against Trump.
is he's on his way out. He's not seeking re-election.
Oh, thank God.
So he figures he has nothing to lose by. He's very anti-Trump. He's a never Trumper.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess it's no surprise that he would call for this investigation. And the thing is, you had that Dianne Feinstein C word, a picture of her confronting Lisa Murkowski, the senator from Alaska.
Mm-hmm.
And she looked like she had her cornered. I guess Murkowski's like, and she managed to convince Murkowski not to vote for Kavanaugh, or at least.
Yeah.
It's like I would have told her where to go and what to do with it.
Yeah.
If it had been me, I'd be like, yeah, bitch, you ain't in charge of shit. You're not in charge of me. You can fuck off and die. I would have said a few choice words to her.
Oh yeah. I mean, I absolutely cannot stand Dianne Feinstein. I cannot wait until she is off of the committee. I would be partying. I would be opening up a bottle of beer.
I think the only way she can be off the committee is either she's voted out or she dies.
Yeah, she probably. Yeah, I say that's what we're probably gonna have. She's gonna die.
The woman is 85 years old.
Yeah, she's gonna die in office. But yeah, I'll be popping open the champagne and celebrating with Brett Kavanaugh when she's off of the committee.
Mm-hmm.
But oh my gosh, it is okay. So let's see here. Yeah. So what do you think is going to happen between now and next week? Because we have to wait another week because they're going to call in the FBI.
Well, I hope that they do not try to delay the vote again.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, hey, Republicans, you've already delayed it once. Don't do it again. Don't fuck us over. Do not fuck us over. We're sick of being fucked over.
Yeah.
It's bad enough when Democrats do it, but when you do it, that is even worse. And Lindsey Graham, good for you. Keep it up.
Well, Mitch McConnell said that he has all 51 votes to confirm Kavanaugh.
Well, there you go. He has the votes, see? But we got to have an investigation. Investigation for what? There's nothing to have an investigation for.
Mm-hmm. The only thing my main concern is if that during the because the week is a long week away, as it's going to be a very long week. My main concern is that between now and then, there's going to be some more women coming out of the woodwork saying Kavanaugh harassed me, touched me, raped me, groped me. I wouldn't be surprised. So they can delay it even further. Mark my words. 2:28 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, September 28th, 2018. More people is going to come out between now and next week against Brett Kavanaugh. Unfortunately.
Yeah. Republicans are probably cave again. We gotta have more hearings. No, we don't need more hearings.
Yeah. I mean, here's the thing. Can somebody put their foot in and say no more hearings? I mean, is that what Mitch McConnell's job can do? Can he put his foot down and say no more hearings? We want to confirm this guy. Can he do? Is he legally do that? Obligated to do that? You cut in and out.
I'm sorry. I think he can, but he won't
Yeah.
because his wife has more balls than he does. Yeah.
Yeah, that's getting kind of bad. You know who can wear the pants in that family.
Yep. So I'm getting depressed talking about this subject. I really am. All I
Well,
can say is it's going to be a wild week. It's going to be another wild
yeah.
week. I can tell you that much.
Hmm.
And here's the thing, I have called my local representatives. I have called Congress. I have called these individuals.
Hmm.
Telling them to vote this way. Don't do this. Don't do that. Do they listen? No.
Yeah, I mean,
It
they're
doesn't.
not going. Yeah, it's either going to. It's either the phone's either disconnected or it's going to go to voicemail, and the voicemail is going to get deleted.
It does no good whatsoever to call these individuals.
No,
None.
the only way you can get something done is to vote these people out. Vote out
Yep.
Jeff Flake. Vote out. Let's see here. Dianne Feinstein. Vote them out. Vote all of them out. That's the only way. And then we got Mitt Romney agreeing with the whole decision to reopen the FBI background check. Of course, Rhino Romney. And then you got Joe Manchin, our senator. He applauds Flake's decision. So he's not going to get reelected. I'm going to make damn sure that Joe Manchin does not get reelected.
Yeah, but he might vote for Kavanaugh.
I don't know. I mean, it's a 50-50 shot.
Well, if McConnell says he has 51 votes, then he must have been able to get some Democrats, maybe 2 or 3 Democrats, to agree to vote.
Or he's talking about all of the Republicans plus the Pence vote.
Yeah, because we know, the vice president is always the tiebreaker.
Mm-hmm.
But again, I mean, he may have gotten some Democrats to vote. I am interested in seeing because there's places you can go online where you can see the voting records of all congressmen and senators.
Mm-hmm.
So I'd be very interested in seeing the list of who all voted, to vote to confirm Kavanaugh.
Mm-hmm.
Because there probably will be a few Democrats. They're probably like I say, not very many, but there will be a few.
Yeah, the ones in the red states probably will vote for him.
Yeah,
The red state Democrats.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. The red state Democrats. I say, I mean, I've heard Manchin's name being mentioned as a possibility to vote for Kavanaugh. That's what I've heard.
Here's the thing: he's just going to do it just so he can keep his job.
Yes, of course. Well, yeah. I mean, I'm not disagreeing with you on that for sure. Yeah.
Again, still, I want him out. I want him out.
Yeah.
I want him out. Cannot stand him.
Well, I mean, he's the senator of your state, so you would have more experience, knowing about him than most of us would.
Yeah. Well, I think what happened is that when Robert Byrd died, he was the senator. He died in office. That's when Manchin came in and took everything over.
Old Bobby Sheets Byrd.
To be honest with you, I did not know he used to be a grand wizard of the KKK. And I was like, oh, I like Robert Byrd. I thought he did a pretty good job. And then I found out he was the grand wizard of the KKK, and I was like, whoa, okay. I'm going to have to rethink that.
Yep. But yeah, let's move on. I'll tell you, let's move on to Bill Cosby.
Want to move on to Bill? This is kind of related.
Yeah, because
so Bill Cosby got 3 to 10 years in prison.
Yep.
He was sentenced a couple of days ago, and he is in prison right as we speak. And I
I
gotta
think it was.
say,
I think it was Tuesday when he was
yeah,
uh, sentenced. I believe it was Tuesday. So
yeah, yeah, I think so. It
yeah,
was like either Tuesday, somewhere along earlier this week. And I gotta say,
right.
I don't see him serving the entire 3 to 10 years. I think, you know, I hate to say it, but I think he might kill himself in prison. I think he might kill himself.
That could happen. Yeah, or he could die in prison.
Yeah.
Either way. I mean, because the man's 81 years old.
Mhm. And also, he's got to
He's not. He's
register as a sex offender for the rest of his life.
yeah.
As the other terms and conditions.
I'm
But
going to say this: the man was not a saint. There were things he did that were bad,
mhm.
but I also think he was railroaded some because some of these women made claims that
Yeah,
they couldn't really back up. This one woman claimed that she was given, date rape drugs. It was something. I think it was Tylenol. He gave her Tylenol, but she
mhm.
claimed it was date rape drugs.
Mhm. Yeah. I got to say that I do believe that he probably did some of those things to some of those women.
Yes.
But when you have like 40, 50, 60
People
different women
spoil
come
it.
out, when you have 40, 50 people coming out, I don't believe most of those claims.
Right. I mean, maybe one or two,
Hmm.
maybe at most three or four or five,
Yeah.
at most. But I don't believe the vast majority of them. I think some of them were just looking to
Yeah.
looking to get something out of him. So I mean, I don't believe half of them, and some of them. Well, I don't see how any man would touch them with a 10-foot pole.
Janice Dickinson? Come on. I wouldn't even touch
Well,
her.
yeah, her and there was another one looked kind of like a man,
Probably was a
but
man.
it's a man, baby.
But yeah, yeah, it's a damn if you do and damn if you don't situation. I mean, he was a funny guy. I really enjoyed the Cosby Show. He was
Mhm.
great with kids say the darndest things.
Yeah,
But it's like he ruined his life. He ruined his life because of this. His life
yeah, he
would
did.
never ever be the same. Unfortunately.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, he's either going to kill himself in prison or he's just going to up and die.
Hmm.
Because 3 to 10 years at his age, with
Yeah.
him being 81, with him being
Yeah. He'd
81
be,
years old,
yeah. It'd be like what, 91 before you can get out? So 10 years
at,
from now?
at least if indeed he does serve a full 10 years.
Yeah.
I mean, they could let him out for good behavior. You never know. They could give him time
Yeah.
off for good behavior.
Hmm.
Like if he doesn't get into a shank, fight or something like that with somebody, or
Hmm. Do they say what prison he was in? They probably didn't disclose the information.
I'm not really sure what prison he's in, to be quite honest. Don't really know.
Because I wonder how that works if you're a big celebrity like that. Do they punch you in a special area?
From what I understand, he is not getting any special treatment. He's being put in Gen Pop. That is what I have heard.
Hmm.
And if you're put in Gen Pop, oh,
Yeah.
that can be bad. I mean,
Hmm.
thankfully he wasn't a child molester. If he was a child molester, he would be dead.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
But how many of those prisoners have went? Now, well, I imagine all of them have mothers.
Hmm.
Um, now, uh, when I say that, I mean they were like, if that was my mother, you did that to, I would, I would kill you or whatever.
Yeah,
But
I
I don't
mean,
know. I mean, I don't think he would be as. I don't think he's going to be as hated for date rape or whatever.
hmm
Or because like I said, if he was a child molester, like I said, he would be
yeah,
dead.
yeah, he would be.
He would have to have his head on swivel
He
constantly.
wouldn't even made it. He wouldn't even
Nope.
made it a day.
Uh, he would have had to have had his head on swivel if he was a child molester.
Yeah.
But it's unfortunate. I mean, it's an unfortunate situation for everybody, all the way around.
Hmm.
I mean, again, I'm not excusing what Bill Cosby did.
Hmm.
I'm not excusing it, but I also think he was railroaded in a lot of aspects.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think he was treated very fairly in the trial or anything.
No. Oh, just sad. Very sad.
Hmm. So I think that was pretty much it in the big news. I can't
Hmm.
remember if anything else happened.
Oh, they've started. I think I mentioned last week. I think I did mention it last week. The Jessica Chambers case, or they are they're retrying the suspect Quentin Tellis. They're retrying him to see if they can convict him. Try a second time to convict him because they they there was a hung jury last year when they tried to convict him.
Hmm.
And that was because, oh gosh, I'm trying to think why it was. I think it was because, it was a hung jury because, of course, obviously not all the jurists could agree that he did anything, that he actually did
Hmm.
it. Now, like I said, I think I mentioned it last week. The only real evidence that they found was his DNA on her keys.
Hmm.
It was on her keys, so they never. The interesting thing is, I was watching. They've had this. They have an ongoing series of weekly specials on the Oxygen Network about the Jessica Chambers case.
Hmm.
And a fireman who was investigating said that there was a middle-aged black man who kept showing up and acting very suspiciously.
Hmm.
And I thought, well, now wait a minute. He doesn't fit the description of Quentin Tellis. Apparently, supposedly she said Eric or Derek before she died. Although, hey, Nikki.
Hi.
Hey.
Although, although they also said that her vocal cords were so badly burnt that she really could not have formed cogent words. So, who knows? Supposedly she said Eric or Derek. So I don't know. We're talking about Nikki, a local
Oh,
case here called about a young lady named Jessica Chambers who was burned up by somebody in December of 2014. That happened up here near Batesville, Mississippi,
oh.
and it's gotten national coverage. I don't know if you have Oxygen Network or not, but there's a weekly miniseries that they've had on a series of specials about the Jessica Chambers case.
Well, I'll have to look it up. I think I have Oxygen. I just don't watch it.
Mm-hmm.
I've been kind
Comes
of
on
glued
on
to the news, so.
comes on Saturdays. Yeah, yeah. Nick, now that we have you here, Nikki, I want to get your. Shane and I have already given our perspective on the whole Kavanaugh thing.
We've had
Oh my
our
God.
male perspective. We need a female perspective.
A female
Yeah.
perspective. What a crock of crap
You
this
can cuss.
whole thing is. You
There's
know,
there's
I
no limit.
mean,
You can cuss.
Yeah.
it's just ridiculous. I mean, I'm sorry. I I was for Kavanaugh way before, and I'm still for Kavanaugh now. There's nothing that came out with any of these accusations that bears any credibility whatsoever. And just because she's a woman doesn't mean crap. I'm sorry.
Hmm.
It does. To me, it doesn't, because she's not just a woman, she's a doctor of psychology, and she doesn't feel that she should have gone to the authorities with this way before if she felt she had been violated in some way. I mean, okay, maybe when she was a kid, she was traumatized and she just wanted to forget what happened
Well, you
and
think
went
she would have
on.
told her, at least her mom?
But well, that's where a lot of we don't know if maybe she was sexually assaulted at her home. We don't know.
Hmm.
Maybe she was keeping other stuff. That could be why she's so messed up, because she's messed up. She was already seeing a psychologist for things, and she tried to play it off like it was just marriage counseling for her and her husband, but I think she had been going for quite some time to counseling
She she
and
was
for
she
other
was getting
things.
she was getting advice from her beach friends.
Yeah,
Yes.
but she never said
God.
who those beach friends were, and those beach friends were the DNC, and they
Uh,
I mean, it's ridiculous, that it was completely for political reasons.
yes.
Yeah.
Because had it not been, she would have gone to her local authorities and filed a complaint and let it play out that way, even though it was the what do you call it? Um, had already expired, I believe,
Statute of
or
limitations.
the statute limitations had already
Yeah.
passed, but she would have had it documented and officially as a complaint, and that could have gone would have been found out through the FBI initial investigation for the hearings.
Hmm.
You know, I mean, he's been investigated 6 times. He's had
Yeah.
background checks 6 times. Had she even gone just to file any kind of incident report, that would have popped up.
Yeah.
Yes, it would have.
So,
Hmm.
that would have changed a lot of things right there. It would have either they could have gotten the investigation going to prove or disprove, whatever it was. And I don't know. I just found him forthright, especially with his calendar and all that stuff. I think
Yeah.
he put it out there. He didn't have to do that. He
Yeah.
could have easily kept that calendar to himself
Hmm.
and just stuck with his main uh, statements that I wasn't there, I didn't do it, wasn't me.
Hmm.
Yeah. You
So,
know, and Shane and I, we agreed that we were very pissed off the Republicans because they decided, oh, we're going to go through this circus again. We're going to have the FBI
Hmm.
involved in it again, all because of Jeff Flake, who is on his way out of office.
oh my
He's not
God, yeah.
seeking. He's not seeking reelection.
Yep.
Although Mitch McConnell says that he has the votes necessary. He's got all the. He has 50. He has all 51 votes, and I
Oh, he
believe there
does?
are.
That's what I
That's what he
saw.
said.
Yeah, that's what I saw
Because
on Twitter.
the
And
latest I saw, they were still missing two.
hmm,
And because they really don't know yet about the Republican gal, what's her name?
Oh, so
Minnesota, or is it who?
Midowski,
No.
Murkowski.
Um, I didn't
or
think that was her name.
Susan Collins.
Collins. That's who I'm
Oh
thinking
yeah,
of.
her. Yeah.
Yeah. And I think this whole little scam thingy he's got with it's not going to happen. They're going to give the FBI 1 week. There's no way that's going to happen. They're going to say,
Mhm.
"Oh, we need another week, another week." They're going to keep on trying to play this game of
Yeah,
postponing and postponing.
yeah. They
And
want to do this until after midterms because
yeah,
they believe that they're going to get that big blue wave coming in so they can deny Kavanaugh.
oh
Yeah.
my God. It's going to be really, really bad for conservatives if we don't hold that Senate. If we don't hold the Senate, it's gonna
Hmm.
be bad, bad, bad,
Yeah,
bad.
yeah,
And
absolutely.
it, I just can't believe, that it would go to this. I don't think anybody can believe that. I mean,
Yeah, I was absolutely disgusted by, well, I mean, yeah, the Democrats, so yeah, sure, they were acting like absolute assholes yesterday, especially several of them.
well, I didn't like the whole thing with getting that prosecutor come in to ask questions. I
Oh,
did
you didn't
not.
like that?
I did not like that at all. I
Asking
think
her
it
the
was,
questions?
yeah, I thought it was like, to me, I think had she been asked serious questions from the Republicans themselves, it would have scruffled her up more. It would have made her lose her shit. You know what I mean? And she would
Hmm.
have messed up more
Yeah.
because
Yeah,
she
yeah.
already had gotten a little messed up with the whole questioning about the airplane crap.
Hmm.
Oh, yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
but to me, that was little. That was a little thing. A lie. That was, to me, that was insignificant to the case because yeah, she lied. She lied. She didn't want to get on the plane. She didn't want to go to Washington. Yeah, she flies 10 or 11 times a year, and she claimed she couldn't get on a plane because she was scared or had some type of phobia or whatever.
Hmm.
Yeah,
And
yeah, and Grassley, to his credit, I'll say this about Grassley. To his credit, he did say that he asked her. He said, "Did we not say that we would be willing to come to you wherever
yes.
you were
Hmm. Hmm.
Hmm.
and
And she
and
Yeah,
didn't
and
know.
take your?" Or
yeah.
And
she
she
acted like
knew.
she's
Yeah,
supposed to be. She's supposed to be a doctor. She's supposed to have a doctorate, a PhD, and all that. Which
Yeah.
in this case
And
stands for "Please help demented."
she's got mental issues, and it's not just with her and her husband. There is some serious other shit going on there.
yeah.
And I maybe it is better. Maybe that should be part of the investigation, that they should check into her background. Look at her timestamps and her
Uh huh.
texts, and look at her, um like, there's rumors going around that, um not is it Feinstein? Yeah, that
Yeah, that bitch. Don't even
Feinstein's
get me started
husband
on her.
is on the board of, chair or whatever at the Palo Alto University or wherever she's at. Can you
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
believe
I
that?
heard
yeah.
that.
What a
Yeah, I heard that.
coincidence that would be if that's
What a
true.
Yeah,
coinkydink. Yeah.
yeah,
You
yeah,
know?
yeah. Before you came on, I was telling Henry what the GOP needs to do is conduct an FBI investigation onto who leaked the letter. Was it
Yeah.
Feinstein? Was it Ford? Was it Feinstein's associates? They need an FBI investigation on that.
It might have been Ford herself. Either way, as soon as that letter reached Feinstein's hands, she should have taken it. It could have totally been kept away from the public. They could have gone into chambers silently and
Yeah,
taken care of all this and had that included in the FBI,
Hmm.
yeah.
investigation. And her name could have been left out of it
Hmm.
at that point.
Yeah, Nikki, what was your thoughts about her little girl voice? She was trying to act
Oh,
like the innocent victim, and
yeah.
oh, I don't know. Oh,
Why, whiny, whiny. Why did she have to keep reading her own words? Why did she not be able to just say what happened to her? She kept having to read to make sure oh, I made a mistake here. Oh, I meant this.
Yeah.
That's ridiculous. that
Man, she didn't even know what she told the Washington Post 3 months ago. So how are we going to
yeah,
expect?
she knows who was in
Yeah,
her room 36 years ago, but she didn't know,
yeah.
what she told the damn reporter a couple weeks ago. So it's just very, I don't know, very
Here's the thing.
tossed up. And people, I can't believe those ladies who ambushed Flake in
Mhm.
the freaking elevator.
Yeah.
That was disgusting.
Hmm.
Who let them in? Number one, into that. Isn't that supposed to be a secure building?
Yeah, you would think. I don't. Yeah, that's the question I'm at. I've been wondering. All these protests in these offices, isn't that supposed to be secured areas?
It should be. I mean, because that right there could have made him double think it. And then after that little episode is when he went behind in those chambers with
Yeah.
the other
Coons.
gals. Yeah,
Coons.
those
Yeah.
other gals.
Him and Coons was talking.
So I don't know if this is a good or bad thing, this
Well,
FBI thing, but hopefully it works out for us.
yeah, me too. Hopefully,
I don't know.
but my main concern is that between now and next week, there's going to be more women coming out. There's going to be more women. Unfortunately,
Oh
that's
yeah,
my prediction.
unfortunately they're going to keep trying to do that.
That, or are they
And
going to do something to delay it even further?
I think his friend who just said he would participate now or he would be interviewed now. He'll be interviewed. But I don't know, he's a flake too because he's a drug addict or whatever.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Hopefully he's pulls himself together for this and
Yeah, of
can
course,
speak well.
Shane and I talked about we talked about the surprising development. Lindsey Graham developing a set of balls.
Oh my God. Was that great? I
That
thought
was
that was
awesome.
so great. I
I
was like,
was
yeah.
shocked. I was surprised. I didn't know Lindsay had it in him.
Oh my God. Can you and Ted Cruz. Ted Cruz wasn't bad
Ted
either.
Cruz, yeah.
But they yeah, that was really good. Now imagine that kind of forceful talk to Ford
Yeah.
during
Uh huh.
questioning. She
But
would
see, I
have been
think
ripped
I
apart.
think the reason why they decided to do the whole outside counsel was to make it look media friendly. Because if you have an old white guy, like the media always says, an old
Oh
white
yeah.
guy, Lindsey
Oh yeah.
Graham, they'd be like, Lindsey Graham is screaming at the female victim
Yeah.
here. You know,
Oh
they would
yeah,
have.
they
Yeah.
see they can't say that now. So that's probably the only reason they did it too. And that was probably good because I think they would have went off on her and they would have said that they were attacking
Yeah.
the Ford.
Yeah.
So,
What pissed me off is when Kavanaugh, who was very impassioned.
Mhm.
I mean, he was very emotional. It's like, hey, good. He needs to be emotional. These
yeah.
pieces of
Yeah.
shit are trying to ruin his damn life. And
What the same people that said that Judge Kavanaugh, oh, he's so emotional, is the same people that said, oh, look at Christina Ford's emotion. Oh, look, she's so sincere.
oh
Oh,
yeah, oh yeah.
she's
Oh,
They
about
and
to
said
cry.
they
I
said Kavanaugh
cannot
was angry. He was angry. I'm
damn
like,
straight.
damn right. I'd be angry too.
If
Yeah.
someone is falsely accusing you of something, of course you're going to be angry.
Right. I mean, oh, and then that Camilla Harris. Oh my God,
Oh,
I
I
cannot
always want
stand
to
her.
strangle her when it's just like, oh, stop talking, just stop. And Cory Booker too. I can't stand him either. Oh
uh,
my God, it's like, please,
and Blumenthal, Stolen Valor, Richard Blumenthal, Stolen Valor, that piece of shit.
Oh,
Blumenthal.
and just for the record, since this is live. Oh, actually, my thing says off air.
No, it's
Are you
live.
on air? Oh,
We're
okay.
live.
No, we're
Um,
live. We're
okay.
rolling.
I would never ever strangle you. Okay, Camilla Harris. Honestly, I would not. I'm just saying I don't
Strangle
agree
you
with
with
you.
love. We'll strangle you with
Yeah, I don't
love.
agree with you or your political nonsense. um, But anyway,
Nikki,
uh,
none of us. I was telling Shane that none of us could be Congress people or
no.
committee heads because we be dropping f bombs every 5 seconds.
Yeah, I do.
We'd be telling people sit down, shut the fuck up.
Yeah, I do all the time.
Yeah.
Mm.
I gave Freddie the other day on a Bigfoot one. I let him have it, and
I I would have no patience for I would have no patience for bullshit. No patience for
yeah.
bullshit whatsoever.
They'll
Nope.
have the security escort all of us out.
I know.
Uh huh.
But my gosh. Oh, we was talking about Bill Cosby. What's your thoughts on Bill Cosby?
Oh my God. Well, you know what? In his case, there was a lot of evidence, and a lot
Hmm.
of people came forward, and a lot of it
Hmm.
seemed credible, and he admitted it. Didn't he even admit to one of them that he
I
did
think he
give
did
her?
admit
Yeah.
to a
So
few
once he
of them.
admitted
Hmm.
to the narcotics or whatever what was it
The date
he
rape
used,
drug.
The
the yeah,
roofies. Yeah, the
yeah.
roofies.
Once he admitted to that, I'm like, he's a dirty old man. Bye bye. You know,
Yeah.
he
Yeah.
gets he's already old. He'll probably only serve less than 3 years, probably 2 9. I think he has to do 2 years 9 months
Uh,
mandatory
3 to 10.
before he
Yeah,
can
3 to 10. Yeah.
come up to parole. It's 3 to 10, yeah, but that it's I think he'll just do his minimum, and they'll
Hmm.
parole him with probably house arrest for the rest of the time.
Yeah.
Yes.
But he's
Hmm.
sick and he's blind and he's everything now. So, I
Yeah.
mean, what's he going to do?
Hmm.
Sit there? He's sitting at home just staying, doing nothing. So, I don't think it's much of a penalty. Really, he's already
Yeah.
at the end of his days. And
Yeah,
I think
I was saying I
he
wouldn't be
doesn't care.
surprised if he killed himself in prison. I wouldn't
He,
be.
he has no remorse. He's not said he was sorry. He doesn't care. He not made any kind of plea for forgiveness.
Hmm.
He's done. He did what he did, and that's the way it was.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So uh, he can serve his time, and
Hmm.
I mean, that was a lot of women. That was a lot of women.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
But sometimes. But I mean, I was telling Shane. I think that some of them are probably not credible. Some of those women.
Oh yeah, I'm
Hmm.
sure you're right. Yeah, I would say a good percentage I'm trying to throw on the bandwagon.
Yeah.
But you got to think about, as a woman, you think back. I was trying to think back on times when I went to parties or something like that would have happened, and um, I don't know. I think it must have been so traumatic if this really happened to her.
Hmm.
And say it wasn't Brett Kavanaugh, it was somebody else that she mistook, who was maybe
Here's
at
what
that
I think.
same party.
I'm not saying
And
she never
right,
got sexually assaulted. I say she probably was sexually assaulted in some point in her life, but I
right.
don't think it was Brett Kavanaugh. I think she is lying about that, or it could be a mistaken identity. But go ahead.
Yeah.
I think, yeah, something with she's mistaking a different person, or he I never heard this part. Can you tell me if Kavanaugh ever said he ever went to a party where she was at?
I don't think he did.
I don't
And
think he did,
I
right?
don't think
I
so
don't
either.
I
He
think there
never.
were witnesses who said no, he wasn't even there.
Mhm.
See, these are questions I would have asked her and
Uh huh.
him. You know,
Yep.
Mhm.
Yep.
were you ever at a party with her? And ask the
Mhm.
same to her. And because you need to establish that they're both on the different side of the aisle.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, and what was interesting, we had the second accuser who said, oh, he took his out.
oops,
You're
what
breaking
happened?
up.
Oh, sorry. So he took his junk out and started waving it around, or wagging it around, or whatever. I mean, how ridiculous.
He seriously doesn't seem that type to me.
No,
He
no.
seems very conservative in
Yes.
his manners, and I mean, yeah, when we were kids, we were crazy and we did crazy stuff, but we did kid stuff,
Yeah.
Yeah, and
and
that's
back
what his whole testimony was about. And I'm glad he didn't do the Boy Scout choir boy routine.
yeah,
I'm glad he said that. Yeah, I did drink. Yeah, I did. Probably have a little too much.
right.
Yeah, I did do those games,
Oh, I know.
and
And they were trying to
yeah,
nail him on that. And he kept saying, "Well, do you drink? Do you black out?"
I
I
love
thought
Oh
that
that.
was
yeah.
kind of crazy, but
Love that.
And
yeah.
and that the third accuser, who was being represented by creepy porn lawyer,
Oh, she was just nuts.
she said, "Oh, he was part of he was part of a gang, and they would run
Gang rape.
trains on women, gang rape,
Yeah.
and they would drop roofies
Yeah,
in women's drinks and all that."
she went to 10 parties and they were raping people the whole time. And she
Yeah,
went to
she was
all of
in
these.
college at the
And
same
she was in
time.
college going to high school parties. Yeah, she's crazy. She's just,
No college student would go to a high school party. No.
right.
No.
No, no.
No.
It's the other way around. The high schoolers were always trying to get
Yeah.
into the college parties.
Yes, exactly.
But back then the drinking age was 18,
Mhm.
so he was
Yeah.
still underage drinking at the time.
Oh, he said
But
it was 16, wasn't it?
no, I think it was 18.
It may have, well, it may have been different. The age may have been different back then.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I mean, what 1982? It might have been 16. He might, yeah.
Yeah, but
So
it depends on the area that you're at,
Yeah.
yeah,
the location.
yep,
But
I don't know. I feel very sad for both of them. I think
mhm,
they've both been put through the ringer, and they're both getting death threats. They're both, I
mhm,
mean, it's crazy on both sides. Nobody, just like
mhm.
I don't remember which senator said it, but nobody won. No, neither side won in this. And
yeah. I felt bad for he and his family, and I look at that man on television. I can see pain in his eyes because of what
yeah,
he's been through.
yeah,
I mean,
yeah,
his wife, his children are in therapy because of all this. Because this is absolutely traumatic on all of them. And I mean, well, that's just natural because
yeah,
of the crap they're going through. I mean, it's like, Nikki, you and I are old enough to remember the Clarence Thomas hearings,
yeah,
and when he talked about this as a high tech lynching.
yeah. It was the same thing, opposite side, but
Yeah,
um, he still got on though, and I don't know. It, this one is so unpredictable, and if he doesn't make it on the Supreme Court, that's it. They're not going to allow another one to get on, and for Trump.
That's
There,
yeah.
even if Bader Ginsburg dies, I don't
yeah,
think anybody will make it on, because I mean it's serious. If he doesn't get this, and this election doesn't turn out right, there's no way in hell he'll get another nominee in there.
Yeah. Yeah,
And
yeah,
then
we're completely doomed.
and if we don't get in the 2020, if we don't get another Republican in office, oh my God,
Hmm.
that it's going to go two Democrat in there, and it's going to be crazy.
Yeah. Yeah, all the laws is going to be thrown out the window.
yeah.
Everything.
It's
It's going
going
to
to
be
be
thrown out the window.
ultra
And
leftist
but see,
beliefs.
the Democrats, this is what they want to push they want to push the confirmation back until
Yeah.
after the
Yeah.
midterms because they
Yep.
figure they have a chance to win in the midterms.
That's what they want. They want
And
to do
it's
that,
like
and
if they win in the midterms, then guess what? The Republicans won't have power.
nothing. We'll have nothing.
I mean, yes, Trump will be in the White House, but he'll be a lame duck president.
Yeah.
Yeah, he'll be handcuffed. He'll be handcuffed.
Yes.
They'll
He'll
try
have
to
to end up
impeach.
turning like how Obama did in the end, where he was doing a lot of executive orders.
Yeah.
But the Republicans are snatching defeat from the jaws of victory. That's the problem because they are allowing such bullshit to happen. They're allowing this shit.
Yeah.
They allowed those freaking hearings to happen. They allowed that bullshit. It's on them. This is on them.
Mhm.
If they lose, they have nobody to blame.
Yeah. Well, I felt for Feinstein when they were talking about her releasing the name of Ford's name, the
Mhm.
whole that whole part, and she
Mhm.
said, I did not do this. Nobody in my staff did this.
I feel
I
nothing but contempt for that bitch.
I wanted to believe her, but there's no way if she had that info,
Mhm.
her mind should have said, "No, we can't hold this. This needs to come out right now." I
Yeah.
know she should have talked to her and said, "Hey, you brought this forward and I know you want to be kept anonymous, but this needs to come out and either convince her or keep her anonymous and still bring the information forward.
Mhm.
That there has been a serious accusation that needs to be included. But that's why I have a hard time with that whole thing. And I don't know if Ford released was the one who talked to the reporter first.
Mhm.
It seems like nobody knows what happened first.
Yeah,
Who got the
and
information first?
that's why
Which
the
because
GOP
she
needs
doesn't
to
know.
do
She
a
doesn't know.
FBI
I don't know.
investigation in that.
Yeah.
They need to do an FBI investigation on who leaked the letter.
Hmm.
Right.
You
We
need
need
to.
to they need to subpoena all those phone calls to get an accurate timeline of what and when stuff
Yeah.
happened, because that'll also reveal a lot.
Hmm.
I think so. I'm just,
Now,
the,
this is reported from Breitbart. Deborah Katz, the lawyer for Christina Blasey Ford, is saying they don't want no artificial time limits on the FBI investigation.
There. Already.
No artificial limits as to time or scope should be imposed on this investigation. That's the last line of her statement.
Oh, of course. Yeah. I knew that was going to happen.
Yeah,
You
and
know,
what will the Republicans do? Like, okay, we'll go along with it.
it's like
they
do
the
it, do it, do it.
McConnell needs to hold to that 1 week limit. Let them
Yep.
do what they're going to do, and at 1 week, freaking hold the damn vote
Yeah. Here's
and
Hmm.
just get them in.
I was
Just get
asking
them in.
Henry this. Does McConnell have any say so? Can he put his foot down and say no more? We're going to confirm him, or are we going to deny him? We're going to hold the vote today, tomorrow, whatever. Does he have the ability to do that? I mean, you think he would? You think he
Who?
would have the ability? McConnell,
McConnell, Mitch
McConnell?
McConnell.
I
yeah, you
think
think he would have
so.
the ability?
I think he does have the authority to call the vote.
Yeah. Listen, he's Senate Majority Leader. Listen,
Yeah,
Harry Reid had the power to hold votes.
yeah.
Well, he was Majority Leader, so yeah, Mitch
I
McConnell should damn well have the
yeah.
authority to do so.
Hmm.
But wouldn't you want it to be a fly in that room with
Ooh,
Flake and the other Democrats he was talking to?
oh
To
God, yeah.
to hear what the real deal is, what deal he made?
Hmm.
Oh yeah.
Because to me, it would have been a good deal had if he said, I don't know what he said, but if he said, "Hey, I will bring it forth that it's a good idea to have the FBI come in for a week and do some more investigations on the premise that after that 1 week, I get all you three bitches' votes." you know,
Yeah. Yeah, some deal had to
right?
been
That's
made.
what I.
Yeah, some deal had to be made.
Somebody here?
and, and he also had this photo of Lisa Murkowski being cornered by Feinstein.
Hmm. Yeah, I saw that photo. It's like,
Who?
Lisa Murkowski, senator from Alaska, she was being cornered by
Oh,
Feinstein. There's a photo.
really? Oh, I
Yes.
yeah,
haven't
I saw
seen that
that.
one. I haven't seen that
Yeah,
one.
I saw the photo, and it was like, the Wicked Witch of the West doing some
Oh,
kind of deal
jeez.
with her.
Oh my goodness.
Or
No,
You
I
know,
seen
Kelsey.
the
they.
photo of that the black senator handing that white envelope
Oh
to
yeah, that's right. Yeah, I saw that.
yeah,
Yeah, it was
but
the Sherry Lee Jackson, I believe.
She's
uh,
a congresswoman.
Sheila.
She's not. Oh,
oh,
I can't
Sheila.
stand that bitch. She's an
Yeah,
idiot.
she
well, I
handed.
want to know
Yeah,
what's in that envelope. It looked
yeah,
pretty thick to me.
she handed an envelope to the lawyer that's representing.
It was a wad of
Um,
cash
yeah.
because they
Oh yeah,
paid
absolutely.
for all that crap.
Mhm.
And there was two envelopes, but he gave one to her, so I'm gonna assume that other one went to Katz.
Yeah.
Mhm.
She
Yeah,
she's a
the
freaking
bearded lawyer.
she's a freaking bitch, Sheila Jackson Lee.
Yeah,
But
yeah. It's
she's
like
also an idiot. She's an absolute idiot.
she's
So you know
she's
who
like
paid for
Maxine
that
Waters.
for the lie detector test was
The
the
polygraph.
Democrats.
Yeah,
Yeah,
DNC did.
yeah.
And we have leftists saying, well, why doesn't Kavanaugh take a polygraph? Because they're not admissible in court. That's
Yeah,
why.
I mean
If they're gonna hold him guilty, then he should be able to say, hold the law to order.
Mhm.
Mhm.
He is not. He's innocent until they prove him guilty, and that's what should have happened in the beginning.
Mhm.
She should have gone to a law enforcement
Yeah.
place and filed a incident report, not to her local senator, local
Mhm.
representative.
Yeah,
Mhm.
but the problem is in this current culture, it's guilty until proven innocent.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
exactly
that's
what I was
not
getting
good.
ready to say. That's exactly what I was getting ready to say. I mean, it sucks being a man in this culture, which is why
Especially it especially sucks being a straight white male.
exactly. Yep.
Well,
Which is
I would
why.
imagine all whites are kind of getting bashed right now.
Yeah.
You
Mhm.
know,
Oh, did y'all hear about what Rosie O'Donnell said about Lindsey Graham?
oh, what is
No.
that?
She
Gross.
called him a fucking closeted idiot.
One, who cares
Yeah,
if
I don't
he
care
is or
about what she
isn't?
says.
But
Her and Joy Behar can go themselves. So,
Rosie O'Donnell is apparently in talks of being the panelist on the talk on CBS
uh huh.
with
Ugh.
Sharon Osbourne and them. So she might be the new panelist. She's guest
Ugh.
hosting. I won't be watching. Have you
Good
guys?
God.
Now this is before my time. Murphy Brown. Murphy Brown is making a
They have
comeback.
brought that
Coming back
back.
on.
Yes, I did not watch it, but I
I didn't
saw the
watch.
preview. What I understand, what I heard, it was very much Trump bashing. They were bashing Trump.
Yeah, and apparently it didn't do so well in the ratings. Even
Hopefully,
yeah.
hopefully it will go the way of the Connors. Yeah,
Yeah. I
because
don't see it.
yeah, the Connors is going to flop without Roseanne. I guarantee
hmm
it.
Yeah.
That whole thing sucked, but some people need to learn to not talk so much. I mean, the same case for Trump. I mean, he gets
Yeah.
himself into trouble. I may enjoy his banter on Twitter, but it really upsets a lot of people. So, I mean, he does much better when he doesn't make any of his comments.
Well, yeah.
Well,
Oh, and
some of
you know,
his off of his opinion comments, not about
yeah.
real stuff. That's all
Uh huh.
good. But when he
Oh,
makes
you
his
know,
opinion stuff, oh my God,
yeah.
they hate that.
But we mentioned Ted Cruz earlier. Unfortunately, did y'all see where he wasn't kicked out of a restaurant, but he chose to leave because there were some idiots getting in his freaking face.
Yeah, I saw that.
And
Yeah, I saw it.
I mean, he chose to leave because he was with his wife.
It was ridiculous. How could you sit there and, I was thinking about it. If it was me, I would want to stay and get my meal, whether they were yelling or not, but that's not fair to the other people there in the nice restaurant trying to have their meal,
Right?
so
Yeah.
it really would probably force me to get up and just leave. But man, that's rotten. That's dirty play. That's not even that's so grade school. It's and
Well, I blame the
those
restaurant too. The restaurant should have, called security on him and escort
Oh
those
yeah, they
people
Yeah.
should have
out.
been escorted out, and they're just like the waiters are like going, "Oh, what do you want me to do?" They don't pay me enough to get rid of these people, so
Hmm.
But I mean, Senator Cruz chose to leave, and that's fine. I mean, it's
yeah,
like he didn't want to hear the bullshit anymore.
yeah. I don't
I mean,
know
this
that.
this same thing happened to Kirsten Nielsen earlier this summer,
Yeah,
Hmm.
and
yep,
we can put the blame directly on Maxine Waters. Well, actually, it goes back to Barack Obama because Barack Obama during his presidency said, to his voters, get these people's faces, get these conservatives' faces.
Hmm.
He encouraged
yeah.
that.
I didn't think that was cool at all.
Hmm.
I mean, she should be held responsible for some of the craziness that's happening because she called
Uh huh.
for it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Look, what I mean. Listen, we've already had somebody get hurt. We've already had
Hmm.
somebody get hurt by a left wing crazy. Look what happened to Steve Scalise last year.
Yep,
Hmm.
you're right. That was horrible. And we're really
Yeah.
lucky that he was the only one who really, well, the two officers got injured, but
Yeah, there were two
Hmm.
D.C. police. Yeah,
yeah,
I know.
but it could have been really, really bad.
Hmm.
When if you think about how many people were there and out in the field, and had he been any kind of a marksman or anything, I think he could have really killed a bunch of people.
I know.
Yeah. Absolutely. Which is why I think these people need to start carrying with them. They need to have at least some kind of guards or, concealed carry for them.
Hmm.
Mm,
This is dangerous
so
times are getting
crazy.
dangerous times, dangerous
It
times.
it is. I don't even I'm talking about my political views here on this, and I'll talk to my personal friends, but in other circles outside of that, I do not talk about my political views because people are
Hmm.
crazy if you
Yeah.
don't follow their way. And I don't want my car to be keyed or my tires to be slashed. I can't afford
Hmm.
to go buy $400 tires on a pop. I have a big
Hmm.
old truck. It don't cost me $100 to get a tire.
Yeah,
It costs me a
yeah,
lot
and
of money.
don't wear a MAGA hat or a MAGA shirt
Yes,
because
I can't even show my political views because, or have a sticker or whatever, because I'm on a border state. I live on a
Hmm.
border town, and they're all Democrats, and they are very dreamer, Obama, you know, very liberal here,
Hmm.
yeah, I
and
mean
it can't do that.
we saw what happened with that young man who was wearing a MAGA hat and I think it was at a Whataburger.
Yeah,
Yeah, he was at a
yeah,
Whataburger
Hmm.
and he had his hat
uh-huh,
taken and had a drink thrown on him.
yeah, yeah. They don't care,
Yeah.
and I don't want to put my kids in danger because I always have my
Right.
kids with me, so I wouldn't do that. And matter of fact, my oldest daughter, who's a senior in high school, she um came home and said, "Oh, mom, my government teacher went off about Trump today," and she's been telling me all these things, and I'm not going to complain about him because he has the right to do that. But I
Hmm.
go, want you to come home and tell me what he's doing and saying, because
Uh huh.
um he really is not supposed to be giving his own opinion. He's just supposed to be teaching what's going on.
Yeah.
And so I said, I want you to pay attention, take notes, Come home, tell me what he says, and then I'll tell you the truth. And then I tell her, then you make your own decision, because
Yep.
she's going to be an adult, and she needs to be aware of what's going on, and she needs to hear certain things and make her own decision.
Mhm.
When I was in college, I was a Democrat. When I graduated from high school, I was a Democrat. That's all I knew. Tree huggers, and I'm for giving people money and da da da. And as I went through college, I realized that where the money was coming from and where it was going, and I understood more of what was going on, and I realized that I was not a Democrat, you know.
Yeah.
And I remember before I graduated, I had turned around and became a Republican, and I've been a Republican ever since. But I wasn't so into the government as I am
Mhm.
now.
Yeah.
I think
Right. Yeah.
in this last 5, 10 years, I have become more involved
Mhm.
because now I'm a homeowner, and I've got my family, and taxes mean a lot to me now, because now
Mhm.
I'm seeing the bills. I about crapped when I saw a property tax bill. You know what I mean? It's not it's something that makes a difference now, and I that's why
Yeah.
I started to follow it more. But
Well,
yeah, yeah,
that's like the
it's
Winston
crazy.
Churchill. That's like Winston Churchill's famous saying: if by 20 you're not a liberal, you have no heart. If by 40 you're not a conservative, you have no brain.
That's a good one. That's a good one. I'd never heard that.
I still
Huh.
want to see that movie. Was it Dark Hour or Darkest Hour?
Something
Is
like
Gary
it
that. Yeah.
Oldman.
What's
Gary
that?
I
Gary
Oldman
Oldman.
was it
played
Gary
Winston
Oldman?
Churchill. Yes, yes,
Oh, I was
yeah.
gonna watch
He
that the other
won.
day, but
He
it
won
was
the
halfway
Oscar. He
through.
won the Oscar for that. Yeah, he won the
Oh,
Oscar.
I'm gonna
I want to
watch it.
see that. Yeah, 'cause I heard it was good.
I just I have that function where you can go, if you're halfway in the movie, you can go back, it'll play back the movie,
Uh huh.
but it
Yeah.
wasn't working that day, and I didn't want to start it from the middle. I wanted to start it from the beginning, so I didn't watch it. But
Yep.
I'm gonna have to go back on watch that one.
Yeah.
Um, well, that was good. I feel like I vented now.
That's the whole point of this. That's the whole
Yes.
point.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I think we've covered the major news story that
Yeah.
happened this week. Henry, you got any local news for us?
I'm gonna find. Yeah. Yeah. This is interesting. Something happening in Louisville, Mississippi. Louisville schools are investigating illnesses. Two schools in the area are closed today as the school district investigates a string of illnesses. Island Middle School and Alternative School are closed today after several students and a teacher have become sick this week. The cause of the illnesses and the possible correlation are unknown at this time as the district continues to bring in experts. A sweep of the school by the Mississippi 47th National Guard Civil Support Unit did not find any evidence of any contaminants or harmful substances and chemicals on the school's campus. According to a press release, the unit concluded it must be something being brought into the school. Nothing in this school is causing these illnesses. After exhaustive research, we found nothing in the school causing this that is linked to the buildings. The district has continued to post updates to their Facebook page, and one post stated that some of the students that have fallen ill have admitted to vaping. Classes at the two
Hmm.
schools are tentatively set to resume on Monday. The Mississippi Department of Health will also meet with school officials to discuss the ongoing situation. Well, that's interesting.
It seems like there was the problem with the vaping.
I'll
Yep,
say
there
that.
was, because
That's what.
the vaping causes popcorn lung.
Hmm.
You can die faster from vaping than you can from smoking cigarettes.
Wow.
Huh. And of course, I mentioned Shane earlier that Nikki, you heard me talking about the Jessica Chambers case. They've
Yeah.
actually they held a trial for on the suspect last year, but there was a hung jury.
Mm.
They couldn't agree that the guy had actually done it or not. So they're retrying him, and then that retrial began this week. So I don't know what they're. I'm not sure how long the trial is going to last, or are they going to convict this guy or not? The only real evidence they have against him is that there was his DNA. Some of his DNA was found on her keys, her car keys, and that's it. There's because everything got burnt up. She got burnt up. The car got burnt up.
Mhm.
It was claimed that she said that Eric or Derek did it. Well, the suspect that they have in custody and have been trying to convict, his name is Quentin Tellis.
Mm.
So this is a very strange case. The guy's name is not Eric or Derek, so we don't know. And as I mentioned, Shane, I was watching this. Like I said, they've had these specials about the Jessica Chambers case on the Oxygen Network, and one volunteer fire department worker said that there was a suspicious middle-aged black man hanging around and walking around the crime scene, where this happened, and didn't know who the guy was. Never seen the guy. I don't even know if he lived in town or not. See, they talked to every person named Eric or Derek in that town. In Cortland, Cortland, Mississippi, which is close to Batesville. They talked to all of them, and they all had alibis. They all had they all
Mm.
had plausible explanations for where they were, what they were doing. So it wasn't anybody in that town. I mean,
Well,
with either one of those names. But this
what
guy,
if Clint?
Quentin Tellis, is in his 20s. He's in his 20s. Um, so why, a middle-aged black man? Now, who could that have been? Was it a stranger in town? Had anybody ever seen him before? Now, where did he come from? Could he have been the guy that did it? Could
Mhm.
his name be Eric or Derek? Could be from out of town? Who knows?
Hmm.
So
I don't know. First
it's a
48.
very yeah, it's a very strange case. It's a really strange case, and I've been following it to see what happens. So,
Mm.
and I'll give updates every week as the trial progresses. So,
Mm.
All right.
Crazy.
We got some more news about the Brett Kavanaugh stuff.
okay.
Former Vice President Joe Biden
Oh Lord.
has a statement.
Oh.
I'll just read you the middle part of it. This is very interesting. This is
I got a middle part of me for him. Yeah.
The middle part says, "I am glad that the members of the Senate have exercised their power to advise and consent to delay further action on this nomination for a short while longer, so the FBI can do its due diligence in this nomination. I know how important the FBI's role in nomination proceedings is. Despite every effort to distort my words and my record, I insisted on and got an FBI investigation 27 years ago. It was the right thing to do then, and it is the right thing to do now. Dr. Blasey Ford deserves an FBI investigation today. The millions of women who have suffered sexual assault and abuse deserves an FBI investigation. The country deserves one, and for its reputation and legitimacy, the Supreme Court needs one too." So that whole statement, that part right there, counteracts of what he said back in the 90s. Andrew,
Yeah.
you can probably
Well,
correct me.
yeah, he was the one in charge of some committee in the Senate, and he was presiding over. He was one of the ones presiding over the Clarence Thomas hearings.
Mhm.
So So he is speaking from experience. Whether you like him or not. And I certainly don't like Joe Biden. Like I say, I got a middle thing for him right here.
We all do. Let's see here. There's some other stuff.
Oh, and he had more hair back then too.
If you want to read what happened between Chris Coons and Jeff Flake, Chris Coons posted exactly in his words what happened between him and Jeff Flake. So you can go there and read it and take it for what it's worth.
I wouldn't believe him if his tongue came notarized. I can't stand that bald-headed. I can't stand that bald-headed bitch.
There's no way they told the whole story.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
So that's pretty much it for the updates. Nikki, you got any local news for us? You got anything that you want
to? They're moving forward with building more of the wall.
Nice.
Oh yeah, they've got some of it built down there in Texas, don't they?
Yeah, we've got here in Santa Teresa area, it's gone up, and now they're going to be replacing another major area further downtown. And because our downtown El Paso runs up right against Juarez.
Mm-hmm.
So that's going to be changed out here pretty soon. All the material has come in and everything, so they're moving on that. What else has happened? I don't know. It's been pretty quiet, actually. Can't think of any. I think Ted Cruz was supposed to be here in El Paso, and from what I heard, I think he may have canceled it. I need to double check on that because I saw something, but I don't know if it was credible. If it really did cancel his thing. But it was because my husband and I were kind of interested in going and hearing him, and it's closed. It's by invitation. So.
which reminds me, did you happen to watch the debate between him and O'Rourke?
I meant to go watch it, and I was busy that day, but my husband had said he recorded it and I couldn't find it, so I'm afraid I'll have to go back and see if I can find it online.
Yeah, it should be online.
I do want to watch it, but oh my gosh, he is such a scam artist. I mean, he's made all these Mexican people here in El Paso think he's Mexican, and none of them know about his DUI. They don't know about him.
Oh, I'm glad you brought that up. That was brought up in the debate, and he blamed white privilege for his DUI.
Oh, Jesus Christ. He not only had the DUI, but he ran away. He fled the scene. And then later on, he got arrested, and he was wearing a dress. I don't know. He was wearing a dress for whatever his reason is, and there's a lot of crap from his past that he has that is a little crazy, but nobody knows any of that stuff really, and because a lot of the people here, they don't have computers and stuff like that. They have their phones, but I don't think they use them like maybe you and I use them for information,
Yeah.
So I feel every time I go to our local farmer's market, he always has a big old stand set up, and I keep waiting for the lady to say, "Oh, would you like some information?" So I can say, "Hell no." But she doesn't. She just sits there, manning her post.
Yeah, one other thing I wanted to bring up: the president is supposed to have a rally up here in South Haven, Mississippi, which is south of Memphis. I think it'll be. I think it's either going to be. Probably sometime next month. Leading up to the midterms, he's going to have a rally.
He's going to have a rally here too in Willing, up in Willing. I think either sometime this week, maybe this weekend, I believe.
Wish I could go.
I wish I could go too.
Yeah.
Man.
Let's see. So my local news. Actually, you know what? This is I had this up before I had my local news up. Ted Turner, who shockingly is still alive. Ted Turner did an interview about with someone. AP, I think, did an interview with Ted Turner.
Uh-huh.
And as you know, Ted Turner founded CNN.
Yep, CNN, TBS, TNT. Yeah.
And this is what he had to say about CNN. CNN founder Ted Turner still occasionally watches the network he started nearly 4 decades ago, although he thinks it's a little heavy on politics. Turner said in an interview with CBS Sunday Morning that airs this weekend that he preferred his old network had more of a balanced agenda, but that's just one man's opinion. Ted Turner hasn't had anything to do with CNN for years. He's 79 and spoke in a CBS interview about his battle with a progressive brain disorder. He has Lewy body dementia, and he said that
Wow.
the main symptoms are exhaustion and forgetfulness.
That's what
Turner,
Robin Williams. That's what Robin Williams had. He had Lewy body dementia.
wow.
Hmm.
So
Turner
Well,
said he once thought about running for president when he was married to Jane Fonda. He says she told him that if you run for office, you run alone.
I was just gonna bring up Hanoi Jane, him being married to her. Yes.
oh, did you hear her on her comment about that? Her new comment?
No.
She came out and said that she apologized to the American people for that photo and that she had no idea that that's what she was doing would have such an impact, and that she didn't know in the beginning that they were going to start taking photos when she was up on that gun or whatever. And she said she apologized, and it has been her worst. What did she say? She said, oh my gosh, something to the effect that she was embarrassed and sorry that had ever happened or something.
She should have
Um,
been.
Yep.
but I had never heard her say it, like that in an interview. So I was like, whoa,
Very
huh.
interesting.
Yeah, it was. I didn't ever think that would come out of her mouth. So, because she said she absolutely hated the name Hanoi Jane. So
Wow. Interesting.
I have, uh, I have something Bigfooty to um, show you guys. Tell me if you've seen this before. This
Let's
image.
see. Whoa. No.
Was that a sketch?
No, it does look like a sketch on there, but it's not. It's a photo.
I have not seen that.
Let me see if I hold it. No, is if I get farther away, it does look like a sketch, but it's not. Um, it's a photo. They're claiming it's a trail cam photo.
Oh.
And but the claim, a lot of people who have seen this already are finding indications of CGI.
Hmm.
So I think there's a lot of people out there trying to find the first Google image
Yeah.
to see if it was manipulated from something or somebody's face or something. But
I think we have our
um,
first photo for Real or Not Real on
Yeah, we
Wednesday.
do. Yeah, we do.
yeah, the
I'm definitely
Yeah.
original
gonna be on it.
photo is on Bigfoot Central. Okay.
All right. Yeah, I'll
Okay.
check it out, and we'll
Okay.
do that for Real or Not Real Wednesday. All right.
Yes.
So let me get to my local news real quick, and we can end it. So this is from Raynell, West Virginia. Leaders of the town in Raynell are in works of building and adding new things to better the community. They are in the beginning stages of building a visitor center. Police Chief J.P. Stevens helped the town acquire a piece of land that is now clear and set for construction. Right now, Mayor Andrea Pendleton has big dreams for the visitor center, hoping it will be a trailhead for the Meadow River Trail that is in the process of being built. She says she wants to see more people come to the town and continue to see positive things happen. We've got everything here we can hope for to get better and bigger and better than it was before the flood. We are a town built to carry on, Pendleton explained. Pendleton added the visitor center cannot be built with help. While they received several donations, only support from the community will turn this vision into reality.
Interesting. Now, well, here in Cleveland, Mississippi, they're building a large hotel. I mean, you can see it. Oh, you can see it. It's pretty big. I mean, you can see it in certain places in Cleveland. You can actually see it. You can see it because it's pretty tall. And they're building it. Obviously, because we have the Grammy Museum, we have, and we're close to Clarksdale, which is the hometown of the blues, or the birthplace of the blues, and all that. We're having this. We have this hotel, we're also getting a Zaxby's chicken place. They're building. I think they're just about done with it. I think they're about finished with it. But it's on the highway 61 going north out of town. It's going to be right next to the Captain D's. So and it's right kitty corner from Wendy's. We saw it. We were at Wendy's today and we saw it. Then they've made quite a bit of progress on it. So
nice.
It'll probably be open by Thanksgiving or Christmas.
Ooh, that'd be good. That'd be good for business.
Yeah.
Holidays and all that.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so I think we're going to end it here.
Yeah.
This was a relief, a event for all of us. We vented about this, and I was coming on. I was going to be so happy. I was going to be like, "Hey, we finally got a new Supreme Court justice." Well, that didn't happen.
Yeah.
So
well, like I said, I got on the warpath. I mean, I told you I was going to drop some F-bombs, and I did because I was pissed.
That's all right. We can. I'm just going to have to download this video and save it to my hard drive just in case YouTube decides to delete it.
Yes.
But yeah.
Yeah, so, you should. That's what you should do with all the videos. You save them because.
I do.
I mean, YouTube. Well, yeah, the practices where they demonetize videos. Sometimes they just take down any channels that are.
Yeah. Yeah, that's exactly what I've been doing. I've been saving all these videos for backup.
Yeah.
But yes, so this time next week, let's hope and pray that we have Kavanaugh confirmed.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, it has to be that way, But yeah, so we're going to end it right here. So tune in next week for another Not Mainstream. Like I said, Not Mainstream next week. Hopefully we get a new Supreme Court justice confirmed.
But if you cannot wait to see Shane and mine's beautiful faces, tomorrow night, 8 o'clock Eastern, the Saul Goodcast. We're going to talk about the 8th episode, which was Kashada, and it was a great one.
Ooh, it was a good one.
So,
I am excited to talk about that episode.
Yeah, it's great.
I cannot wait for the one that's directed by Vince Gilligan this Monday.
That's going to be this Monday, yes.
It'll be a great one.
It's going to be called Wiedersehen. Wiedersehen is the name of it.
Yeah. Wiedersehen.
Yes.
But, yes.
And
then Wednesday night.
Wednesday night, yeah, 8 Eastern. Real or not real.
Yep.
We're doing one every Wednesday night leading up to Halloween.
I love real or not real.
Oh yeah, it's great.
Great. Yeah, so we're gonna have some good videos for that. We're gonna have some. That's gonna be October, the first week of October. So yeah, we're gonna have some good scary ones.
Second, third.
Yeah, I love scary. I love scary. Yeah.
All right, so yeah, let's go and end it. Good night, everybody. See you here next week. God bless America, and God bless President Trump.
And Brett Kavanaugh.
Yeah, exactly. We need that. God bless Brett Kavanaugh.